everything about all the things that you wanted to know in advance, okay?
Why so far away?
Right. I'm going to move out of the way. You won't leave this area before you know everything about the Iron Door, okay? He's the right person to ask him. And tell me when you are ready and we will start, okay?
I think if you just be here, we can put all the mics.
I'll take it. One.
No. Okay. No, please. Go back 1 meter, please. Okay. לא טוב. Okay, please go back 1 meter, please. יש מקום לכולם.
As much as you can.
Okay. As I told you, בסדר?
Maybe more.
Can you just spell your last name and first name, please?
It's Peter, P-E-T-E-R. Lerner, L-E-R-N-E-R. And I am the IDF spokesperson for the foreign media. I do suggest, though, that perhaps the cameraman could get on that side, and then you could see the Iron Dome in the back. That'd probably be better for you.
Okay.
No problem.
You know, you like him in your frame.
Yeah, I like everybody.
So Peter, you start with the statement, or?
Yeah, I'll make a short statement about where we are in the course of.
מה?
Okay, if you perhaps take one step back so that everybody can get in.
Maybe you take
But what's your title? Yeah.
אוקיי, פיטר, קח חצי מטר אחורה, זהו. אוקיי, אוקיי, זהו, אוקיי. אוקיי. Convenient to everybody? אוקיי. בסדר. Of course.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. The IDF is continuing its mission, Operation Protective. Thank you. Okay, the IDF operation is ongoing this afternoon, and today marks the 7th day of the operation. Hamas terrorists have launched 1,000 rockets today, and they crossed that figure today. Out of those 1,000 rockets, 147 of those were intercepted by the Iron Dome missile defense system. All of those rockets were intended to strike civilian populated areas, strike the heart of the Israeli society, and they were intended to kill Israelis.
Can you just confirm the figure 1,000 rockets today?
No, as of today.
As of today.
Up till today. Today they crossed the 1,000 pointer. The operation is twofold. Our primary mission is to strike Hamas in order to cease the aggression that Hamas chose just over a week ago in a huge barrage of rockets. The activities are taking place on an offensive action, striking Hamas as an organization, making it pursued on all levels, striking the operatives, the terrorists that are carrying out the strikes, and taking away the terrorist rocket capabilities and other terrorist activities that they are carrying out. Throughout the last week, we have carried out strikes on about 1,400 targets. Indeed, our assessment suspects that some 20% of the rocket capabilities of Hamas are now depleted, and the operation is ongoing. While we view the situation as a continuation and a gradual mission, we understand that it will take time and that there is no time binding us to complete our mission.
Any question
Yeah.
to Lieutenant Peter?
Can you talk about the Iron Dome? How much battery do you have in Israel right now?
Well, naturally, due to security concerns, we don't want to give Hamas terrorists the upper hand and tell them how many and where they are positioned. We have sufficient batteries in order to defend the state of Israel from the indiscriminate rocket fire from Hamas. It is a game-changing mechanism that enables us, first of all, to protect the state of Israel, protect the civilians of the State of Israel, and second of all, it gives the decision makers the leeway to make cool-headed, well thought through decisions before ordering us into action. So it gives us just that amount of time that we need in order to discuss. Again, if we would have had over 140, 150 rockets striking Israeli population, without this mechanism, it would have meant death, it would have meant destruction, and it would have meant fatalities that would have forced the State of Israel in a much more robust action, probably on the ground and definitely in the sky. This morning we had an interception of a unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV. We located it from the time it left the ground in Gaza, and we followed it all the way up to the coast, just off of the coast of Ashdod, and intercepted it with a Patriot surface-to-air missile, so that it does not cause any harm and there is no danger to any Israelis.
Can you explain how when the rockets hit the rockets around the interception? How does it work?
Yeah, the interceptor is activated. Primarily, there is a radar that picks up the incoming and the trajectory of the rocket, and the operation is first by a computer warning, and then afterwards by an operator that approves the interception by hand.
What's the financial cost of the Iron Dome?
That's not something that the IDF deals with.
And how much is it?
What is the percentage?
We have a success rate throughout the mission of 90%, or just over 90% interception rate.
Peter, is
On
the
all
build
rockets or only on the one you target?
Only on the rockets that are expected to strike populated areas.
Peter, is the build-up still at the 33,000 you gave us the other day, or is it gone beyond that?
We are now closer to around 38,000 reserve troops. The vast majority of those are actually posted in other commands, whether it's the Central Command or the Northern Command, freeing up the regular troops in order to take up positions on the ground in the surrounding areas of the Gaza Strip.
What can you tell us about the possibility of an offensive inside Gaza?
We are currently making the necessary preparations. Indeed, there can be an escalation, and we have to be prepared for anything. I mean, it is on the table, and we are taking the necessary steps so that troops will be prepared for the urban warfare type scenario. The troops are on the ground, planning, preparing, and training.
Do you have a deadline in mind for that?
Oh, there is no time limit to our operation. The IDF is operating under the understanding that indeed we can operate, and it is a gradual mission, and the pressure on Hamas will increase every day.
And how could you precise just the urban warfare preparation? What does it mean?
It means that there is tactics and activities that we do in our training centers in the south to prepare the troops for the type of threat that they could meet, maneuvering within close contact areas, within possible refugees. The preparations are taking place, and that is what we're doing.
Lieutenant Colonel, we are here to understand better how the system works. Which are the details that you can allow us to understand? For instance, how many people operate, if you can, how many people operate the batteries? How many soldiers generally are implemented in this system?
Can everybody standing behind him please not stand behind him, because you're in our frame if you don't want to be there?
There's no place for
please.
everyone. I'm sorry, I can't move.
Okay, Reuters, please behave yourself.
So the system, what can you tell us?
As I said, this is an extremely advanced system. We operate it with the details we can give specifying about